It does have a nice ring to it.
Ring. I see what you did there.
I'm sorry, I got us off track.
Kessler's has wedding bands for men.
Real men.
Made of manly things.
He wants you to wear a big, beautiful diamond so that everyone you meet will know how much he loves you.
Why not insist that he wear something equally cool?
You'll tell your grandkids about the day you went shopping for this wedding band at Kessler's when they ask,
"Where did you get such a cool ring? And what is it made of?"
Welcome to Kessler's.
To find the Kesslers nearest you,
go to KesslersDiamonds.com.
Marquette Hall of Famer Tony Smith here. You're listening to the home of Marquette basketball. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
For your sports talk fix every day from 4 to 6, it's Scalzo and Brust. For your sports talk fix every day from 4 to 6, it's Scalzo and Brust. For your sports talk fix every day from 4 to 6, it's Scalzo and Brust. For your sports talk fix every day from 4 to 6, it's Scalzo and Brust.
Live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the
It's a
Avenue.
party, baby.
This is Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob
It's a
Ultra
party, baby.
on 94.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand.
It's a party, baby. Woo! It's a party, baby.
Happy Tuesday! Welcome to Scalzo and Brust. We're presented by Michelob Ultra. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Band is back together. Ben Brust still sunburnt from his member guest tournament over the weekend.
I don't think I'm sunburned. Well, I got a lot of compliments about the color of my skin tone.
All right.
Defense mechanism.
I'm very defensive off the bat.
The gang's back together. I'm not sunburned.
Hey. A nice sun tan.
Thank you.
A nice sun tan. There's some red under there, you know.
Sure, I got cooked.
Yeah.
I got cooked.
I don't know.
I just would rather you paint me in a positive light before
There's
you break me
cameras.
down.
People are watching on YouTube.
I'm just saying, that's the first negative comment I got about my skin tone.
Hey, hey, look, wait a minute. You look closer to Tory Lowe now.
That's what I'm saying.
Hey, we're bros.
Hey.
That's what I'm talking about. Hey.
Yeah, except that Ben stopped going to G's Clippers now. You know, he went back to Joshy's girlfriend to cut his hair.
So
G's did charge. He do charge a lot.
I'm not worried about that.
Oh, okay.
I just like
Who charges more, G or Josh's girlfriend?
G.
By
hang on.
what?
But stay with me.
100% or what?
No, but like 20%.
Okay.
It's not that. It is. I like to feel really special, and G's like retired from cutting.
Right.
But like, would he want? He doesn't want to cut my hair. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I think he does. I think he like cutting your hair.
So, like, if I like, but again, I don't want to be a nuisance. You know what I mean?
he has a whole barbershop. Yeah.
The idea that you started this off with, I want to feel special.
You want to be pampered?
Yeah, G made me feel good.
Okay, that's
You know what he likes the most about G's Clippers is that G doesn't cut anybody else's hair, but they cut Ben's hair.
Right.
That's why he'd want to
It
go
was
back.
exclusive.
I like the exclusiveness.
Now, Josh, you got to witness the haircut
I did.
at your house with the girlfriend.
I did. It was not the first time I've seen Ben get his hair cut by my girlfriend, but it was the first time in the history of haircuts in all the barbershops, salons, everywhere I've been.
Oh, God.
Where I witnessed somebody pull out their flashlight light, get closer to the mirror, and determine if they liked the length in certain spots on their head. So I'm in.
No, you
It was
didn't.
dark in there.
I'm in the
I
living
couldn't
room.
see.
I'm in the living room. They're kind of in between the two.
I forgot.
And Ben's close.
I shouldn't have. You know what? When I was going over there and you showed up in your crabby mood, I should never have even said a word. Because you...
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen that move before, especially for somebody who's like doing you a favor. you kind of just take the haircut you get and you move on. You don't pull out the phone light and examine and be like, actually right here.
Was it good, or did you give her some pointers after you took this flashlight?
No, it was great. This was a really, really good
But when you had the flashlight out, were you like, hey, there was two. What would G do at G's Clippers if Ben took the flashlight out and started doing that?
He never did anything. He just said when he was done, he was like, perfect.
Yeah. But I'm saying, could Ben pull that off at G's Clippers at the barbershop?
I think it'll cause an awkward moment.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on with this guy? Is he a diva?
I mean, yes.
At some point, you just got to trust the person cutting your hair.
I know. I have trust issues.
You just got to learn how to fall back, cross your arms, and just fall back.
I'm not good at that, Tori.
I did a bad job introducing Tori Lowe. He is Tori Lowe. Tori Lowe Tuesday here on Scalzo and Brust. He joins us every Tuesday. You can listen to him every day on 101.7 The Truth from 1 to 4 here in Milwaukee. And Tori and I were able to play a little golf yesterday, part of the WTMJ Golf Classic, going out there at the beautiful club of Lac La Belle. And Tori hit the putt of the day. I mean, he hit a sloping, probably 18-foot putt, the final hole, and he nailed it. How good did that feel?
I had to make up for my drive being bad.
Well, you had a great drive on the last hole, too.
The last hole, I had a great drive, but it was better than the first 17.
Are you a classic golf fan?
No, I mean, I haven't golfed in about 15 years.
Wow.
And so decided to pick up the sticks.
But hold on, Greg. Hold on. Wait a minute. He comes in with the Nike swoosh.
The old trusty driver.
And he comes.
Did he pull out the 5-wood at all?
I mean, he comes
all the time
smacking. He comes in smacking these balls. I mean, just going in like, hey. I mean, it was powerful.
That's what she said.
I'm definitely shocked.
Oh wow.
I'm definitely shocked at his golf game because he's spot on. He's hitting it really well,
That's right.
You got a 5 handicap over here.
Yeah, maybe we have to rest. Somebody on this show has to represent in the golf category.
You're right. It ain't me. It ain't me.
Okay, well, yeah, it was fun. So I told Tori, me and you and him, we got to get out. We got to play some golf.
Yeah, we got to go drive, do some. I need to practice on my drive. I mean, I was barely getting it past the woman's tee, at first, because I haven't drove in a minute. And I think they said that if you don't, it's a saying that if you don't get it past the woman's tee, you gotta do something crazy.
You're supposed to pull your pants down, I believe. Yeah.
Not pull your pants. Or you can. It's like a. Yeah, we're not gonna go there.
Yeah, but but nowadays it's 2023 with all these 101 gender ideas. I was straight.
Yeah, we had a good time yesterday, and it was the ultimate golf bug. Tori's like, I haven't played. He's got the rental clubs, right? Because he's a lefty, southpaw over here.
And you know what happened then? If you said on the last hole he hit it well and he putted
great
well,
drive, hits a birdie.
He's like, I gotta keep playing
100%.
golf.
He's got the bug now.
I felt the spirit.
Yeah.
That's what golf does.
Yeah.
It's that one good hit, that one good putt, that one good drive that keeps you coming back for more.
And look, I'm telling you this was best ball. So the person with the best hit gets to, we get to use that hit. So this was great because even if I was sloppy at the beginning, I can always contribute. That's why I like best ball. You can contribute. If you can get a nice hit in between making it to the hole and from the tee, you can contribute. And that's why I liked it because everybody could contribute to the score. So that was dope. That was my first time actually playing best ball.
What also is dope, I don't know why I tried to be cool right there, is how Tori's rocking sunglasses inside. Like that.
He can pull it off.
That's a cool move.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll wear my sunglasses at night.
That's a good song.
You also have the great green.
I don't know
gold
if Ben
on.
knows that's a song.
You don't know about I wear my sunglasses at night?
Yeah, Josh, you'll get
Help
that
him
one.
out.
queued
How
up.
do we always end up on a song?
Wait a minute. How do you not know this song?
Will I know this song when I hear it?
Yes,
Yeah,
you should.
You should.
I wear my sunglasses.
No,
at night.
not at all.
This is even worse than
Not
I
at
thought.
all.
I wear my sunglasses at night.
Oh, no. Oh.
I wear my sunglasses at night.
No. Way more 80s.
You know this.
Oh yeah, yeah. Who sings this? Madonna, Celine Dion.
This is even worse than I
This is
thought.
horrible, huh? It's like when he tries to talk about baseball history.
Hey,
Sunglasses at night.
who is this?
I don't even know.
Corey Hart.
Yeah, 80s band.
Come on.
Have we talked about anything?
Talking with Tori Lowe here at Scalzo and Brust across ESPN Wisconsin. Well, I keep looking at you to see if you have a question because I can keep rolling with Tori. Tori,
I do have questions.
At what point during this Packers season do you think you'll have a solidified judgment about Jordan Love? Because yesterday, Mark Murphy said, halfway through the season, we should know if Jordan Love's the guy or not, but I want to know what the Tori Lowe line is. Like, when do you have your date?
I just don't like
there?
this. I'm sensing a lot of low expectation.
I am too.
For Jordan Love, and I don't like that.
No, I don't
just
either.
don't like it. Everybody else get a quarterback, and they're the greatest in the world, And then we get a quarterback that's been on the bench. It's not a rookie quarterback. He should know the playbook. He should have been in film. It should be it should be actually a reload. Due to the fact that he's been there and learning behind Aaron Rodgers. So we're not just getting some guy that we signed from the Canadian Football League.
No, they got one from the USFL, though.
Yeah, the USFL,
Yeah,
right.
that might be their backup.
Right, and he's coming in MVP. What I'm saying is I see that maybe Green Bay may know something that we don't. Because some of this is coming from internal.
Uh-oh, so you're already saying, man, this might not be good for the season.
All I'm saying is that I want to believe that Jordan Love just wasn't standing on the sideline holding the clipboard. I'm thinking that he's watching the game, getting the knowledge, practicing.
Well, he was doing all of
Right.
that. I mean, it doesn't mean that it's going to lead to
transfer?
production on the field.
Right, and you're right. And
I can do all that. I can hold a clipboard and watch the film and
But
prepare.
that's literally what Tori's saying, is that he hopes that it's not you holding the clipboard preparing.
Perfect. Yeah, it's probably true.
I'm just saying, I'm hoping that he has a breakout year.
But when you said the word hope, don't you lose a little bit of hope when the Packers president's putting a line at 8?
No, but I
8
think
games
that,
into the season.
And now I didn't like that when the Packers president puts a measure on this, because now that's a lot of pressure on Jordan Love. For confidence builders, you want your starting quarterback to come in the season thinking he's the man, and this just kind of puts a dark cloud on the whole situation. Because if I don't get to this point and making significant progress, am I going to have a job? Now that's a lot of extra stress going on.
I don't understand how Mark Murphy doesn't just do what he should do and say, what do you mean at what point? He's our guy.
Right.
We know he's the guy. We got him for the next 2 years. We traded a Hall of Fame quarterback away in order to clear the path for him because we believe in him.
Yes.
And then so what if you're wrong and he stinks halfway through the season? Then you're just like, yeah, what did you want me to say? I was trying to build this like everybody knows the game. It's just Mark Murphy decides to be almost overtly honest in some of these situations.
He's our guy. I believe that Jordan Love right now, a lot of people, they want him to have this breakout season. I know we hear the chatter.
There's no doubt in my mind that Packer fans are all about Jordan Love.
We want him to have this breakout season. We're anticipating a breakout season. But like I said, when you have the management, the higher-ups, the president, when they throwing out these little, just in case he's not the guy, we're going to have to move forward in the end. I just think that messes with the confidence.
Well, I thought the Packers players have done a good job talking about Jordan Love in a positive way.
They have.
And, that's good team building. That's good camaraderie. And then to have the guy who runs the organization say, yeah, we'll know by 8 weeks through the season. It's like, what are you doing, dude?
I don't like that. Especially, and it's about to, look, it's almost hammer time. It's almost time to play.
Now I know that song.
Yeah, can't touch this. Look, I'm going to tell you this. I think that right now, what we're going into the season with right now, we have a team that it doesn't have to completely start over. We just kind of reloaded a little bit and at the major position at quarterback. And I think that we can surprise a lot of teams because, Jordan Love may be a little bit more mobile than Aaron Rodgers and able to make more plays with his feet. But what I'm saying is, let's give the guy the chance and the confidence, and I think that right now I'm pouring into the Love.
I don't even know if they're in a I know we did this all earlier. I think they're in between a rebuild and a reload. Not even know what the heck that word is.
Yeah,
because I don't think they know, right? The fact that they're talking about Jordan Love and not knowing, who he is, and they needed 8 weeks to see if he's the quarterback of the future. All right, so how are you building your roster for now versus then?
Right.
Like they're dumb.
Well, to me, you have to classify it as a rebuild, but I agree with you, Tori. It should be classified as a reload. But if you're going into the season saying, yeah, we have no idea what's going to happen, then you can't say that's a reload. That's a rebuild. That's what you do when you rebuild. You try new things.
We got a nice running game. We got a nice tandem at running back. We got some receivers that took last year kind of, they kind of, it was mediocre, but they picked up at the end. But I'm telling you, like, if Jordan Love can put it together right now, it'll become a reload. Now, if he just totally flops out, then we're rebuilding. It'll be official rebuilding after Game 8. After we'll know.
According to Packers president.
According to Murphy. 800-990-ESPN, 800-990-3776. We'll go to Jake in Milwaukee quickly here. Jake, welcome to Scalzo and Brust. Presented by Michelob Ultra. You got us on a Tori Low Tuesday. Tori here as well. What do you got, Jake?
Hey, guys. Is it me, or I find those comments by Murphy a little concerning that, Jordan Love's been in the building for 3 years, and you're making a comment that you'll find out halfway through the year if he's the quarterback. Shouldn't you have known that by now? I mean, I'm just saying, if you work with somebody for 3 years, you know who they are. Shouldn't you have already known, and should they have already known if he's the quarterback of the future or not?
Well, you're saying to trade away a Hall of Fame quarterback who won 2 of the last 3 MVP awards, you should feel confident in the next guy? I think so, but at the same time, I think at the end it just got to a point where they really wanted to get away from Aaron Rodgers.
They got away from Aaron Rodgers, and I think, again, they declined his 5th-year option. So to me, part of this isn't that surprising to me, right? Because if Mark Murphy and Brian Gutekunst had the utmost confidence in Jordan Love, I still believe they would have gave him his 5th-year option. But now they're even hedging beyond that. They gave him a 1-year deal with incentives, and they're saying, hey, well, we'll know if he's a quarterback of the future by week 8.
Pat from Madison said, should we call it a restock, refortify, reform?
I'm fine with all the re's.
I feel like T-Lo's going to come up with something good. We'll give you till next week. How about that?
Yeah, I think that right now, I was hoping for the reload. I was definitely a reload guy. But when the president says stuff like this, I have to. Hey, he's there with him.
Yeah?
He's watching him. Hey, drafted him.
Yeah?
I don't know.
Is Mark Murphy giving anybody else the vibes of like the grandpa who says things that he shouldn't say at the times he shouldn't say them? Because that's the general sense that I get when I listen to Murphy talk publicly now.
I wouldn't want to work on the communications team. It sounds horrible there.
If you're Jordan Love and you hear this, does this build a bigger chip on your shoulder to succeed?
The song or Mark Murphy?
He's saying Mark Murphy.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a chip as much as it's a... Okay, they still don't know about
me. When you're an underdog, you got to have a chip on your shoulder.
Yeah.
You got to come in the door badass.
Yeah.
When everybody's counting you out, you got to come and use all that negative energy and show them I'm the big dog.
Yeah, but when you're following a Hall of Famer, it would be nice to have some confidence thrown into you by the front office that's investing in you.
I just don't know enough about who he is. You know what I mean? Like what kind of attitude he's got. You knew that Rodgers was that way, right? He took everything into account.
Everything was bulletin board material.
Yeah, when the guy had 60 minutes, it's like, wow, you don't look that tall. You're only 6 feet tall. He took that to heart. Right, Ben?
Hey.
Why did I get a shot in
You didn't. I'm comparing you to Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers is living a movie star life. He's on Hard Knocks. He's getting a new makeover. The Jets are talking Super Bowl.
What do we got this week for a song, Tori?
This is Presidential Rolex.
Yeah, Presidential Rolex.
By Key Glock.
By Key Glock. And it's a dope record. You know what I mean? I think that right now Jordan Love needs a Presidential Rolex. We need to put this man on at least where his ego is intact. Sometimes you can damage people's egos by saying the wrong stuff.
So you're saying you got to swag him out a little bit. He's got to start feeling himself. He's got to be
kind of getting that vibe where, like, look, I hear the talking. I hear Ben. I hear what Ben is saying.
5 and 12. That's what Ben's saying.
Nice things, to be honest.
Let's go. Let's get it.
Tori Lowe, weekdays 1 to 4 on 101.7 The Truth in Milwaukee. Thank you as always. We'll talk to you next Tuesday.
Hey, talk to you next Tuesday. Y'all be safe.
We'll keep talking about Mark Murphy, the foot in the mouth, the proverbial foot in the mouth that is Mark Murphy, what he said, and when is the right time to be judging Jordan Love. It's Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra.
You're listening to Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra.
Ben, do you believe in the moon landing?
I know what the moon landing is.
Why did you look at me like that was a trick question?
Because it is.
What the hell?
Hold on. Stop. What's that? Stop.
Okay, everybody shut up. Take a breath.
What's the trick?
The moon landing is when you're in a men's locker room and your butts touch each other.
Scalzo and Brust. Available anywhere you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
Well, we're still dealing with an accident southbound on 41, right about at Silver Spring, off on the left shoulder. So watch out for the delays there. Right now from Highway Q to the zoo, a 20-minute ride for you. Southbound 43 also going to be a bit backed up, 21 minutes to get from Brown Deer Road into downtown. Westbound 94, leaving the Marquette interchange, you're looking at about a 9-minute ride all the way to the zoo interchange. And the bypass heading eastbound between the Hale and the Mitchell interchange, just a quick tap on the brakes. It's about 7 minutes. Traffic is brought to you by Evans Transportation in Brookfield, where they provide customized logistics solutions to keep you and your business moving forward. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast. Tonight, increasing clouds, a chance of showers and storms later on, a low of 72. Tomorrow, chance for morning showers or storms, becoming partly cloudy, hot and humid with a high of 90. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
The workplace has changed a lot thanks to technology, and more recently, the shift to a flexible or remote schedule. Your business must adapt to maintain a great culture, attracting quality candidates and keeping them. You need Smart Spaces. The team of interior integrators at Smart Spaces brings creativity and expertise, assessing the walls, ceiling, lighting, flooring, furniture, and audiovisual systems to create places that matter in the modern world, fully functional for those in the building and for others to interact remotely. Get started today at smartspaceswi.com.
Coming up on Wednesday on Repackables, Jason Wilde joins the show as we look back to 2007.
Aaron Rodgers seems to have found his groove.
And the game where Aaron Rodgers relieves Brett Favre after Brett was injured in Dallas. Rodgers got off to a slow start, but then gave a lot of people hope that maybe he could be the successor that he eventually would become.
Rodgers looking right, completing this one to Jennings, touchdown catch.
Jason Wilde and I look back at Aaron Rodgers' first significant playing time. Coming up Wednesday, Repackables at ESPN Milwaukee on Twitter and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Kevin Moret here for Mentality Men's Health. We hear stories every day in our clinics that what used to work for guys doesn't anymore. Increased cardio, cut out certain food, nothing stops the changes in their bodies, especially the weight. The fact is, years of decreasing testosterone is packed on the belly fat that won't go away. We've introduced a medication, semaglutide, that helps drop 15% of the body weight on average while preserving testosterone. Join the over 20,000 Mentality clients and jumpstart your results. In Milwaukee, go to lowtusa.com. That's lowtusa.com.
The place where you make your wildest food fantasies come true. The place where you take a ride on the iconic giant slide. The place where you smell all the smells. That's right. It all happens at the Wisconsin State Fair. From August 3rd through the 13th, head to State Fair Park for some summer fun. Get your tickets at wistatefair.com.
Over the past year, we've been hard at work improving our sales processes, expanding and remodeling our facilities, investing in new technology, and continuing our commitment to serve our customers, employees, and community. That's why at Boucher, when our customers leave the dealership, we hope we've made a customer for life. Whether you're in need of a new vehicle, are stopping in for routine maintenance, or are in need of collision work, we will be here to help. With 20 locations throughout southeastern Wisconsin and 30 brands, we've got thousands of new and used vehicles for you to choose from. Our dedicated employees have been named a 2022 top workplace for the past 11 years, and we always have been and will continue to be family-owned and operated. Proud to be your Wisconsin family dealership group since 1977. Visit us today at boucher.com.
You're listening to Scalzo and Brust. on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Michelob Ultra. It's only worth it if you enjoy it.
Driving through the road work, all the works they took forever on. The road cones blur like memories of the miles we share between. The place you learn to say your prayers, the place I took to praying. Loading in and breaking down my road dog door till dreams. Long before we ever met.
Interesting way to introduce the show back in here, Joshy.
You mean the 40 seconds of music you let play out?
I didn't let 40 seconds of music play out at all. Been sitting here, waiting for the thumbs up, and it's just a little soft. What's going on? I feel like it's a direct insight into your brain.
Just a song I like.
Okay. Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Josh DiMaggio running the show with us, along with our guy Alex G. What up, G man? Bring us a little producer energy here.
How's it going? I got the energy today.
I can tell.
He's got the manic energy.
He always does. G's a good vibe. Ben Brust, Greg Scalzo, you the Scalzo and Brust family, calling, texting 800-990-ESPN, 800-990-3776. And I wonder if Josh is a little distracted because he started the show with a tweet that says, happy birthday instead of happy Tuesday. You got to leave that up there forever then.
Yeah, at this point, don't go back.
I'd venture a guess, seeing that happen and realizing how like unconscious it happened. If we went back, we'd find a few more happy birthdays. I think
Maybe.
that's not my first happy birthday.
Look, it's not your first happy birthday. It's your not first wrong day.
No. No.
It's your forte.
I got no explanation.
Well, I know that Josh had a good time celebrating his buddy's birthday on Saturday out on a boat. So maybe that was just still stuck in your head right there. I do want to go back to what we talked a little bit about with Torey Lowe, that being Mark Murphy and his comments yesterday, specifically about Jordan Love and at what point they will know if Jordan Love is the guy. Here's what the Packers president, Mark Murphy, had to say.
We don't have that audio.
You don't have that audio? We just have the audio of Jason reacting to it?
Yeah,
we didn't have that audio yesterday.
It doesn't
either.
exist. We've scoured the internet high and low.
It's impossible.
Swear.
From the shareholders meeting.
They did not release it.
He was on stage.
Nobody recorded it?
Nobody's given it for us to be repurposed.
So basically what...
yeah, I didn't do this yesterday. It was really annoying.
What Mark Murphy had said was that about halfway through the season, he's going to know if Jordan Love is the guy and the future at quarterback for the Green Bay Packers, right? 8 weeks?
8 weeks.
That's what Mark Murphy had to say. And we talked a little bit about it last week. I was planning on having the sound, reacting to the sound. But you got to worry about Mark Murphy in general. How many times is he going to have to stick his foot in the mouth? There is a little bit of grandpa syndrome here.
I love that so much. Grandpa and like uncle thing, like inappropriate. Like it's not inappropriate. Just like talking when he shouldn't.
Or just saying things that you shouldn't. And B, I'll reiterate my thoughts before. I don't know how he just never takes the easy approach to answering these questions. Like the idea that you could you imagine like Bill Belichick being like, yeah, I think 8 weeks we'll figure out if Mac Jones is the guy. And, like, what? At what point has anybody ever said that honestly about a quarterback?
It's exposing a lack of plan, in my opinion.
What's interesting is he will not answer you. It's not clever, but he will just say, I'm not going to answer.
Yeah, you're right.
He'll say that,
does.
and then he just decides at times like, well, I guess no one warned me about this one, so I'm just going to answer it.
It just seems like even if that's the case, right, that you have an 8-week time limit on if he's the guy, it's only going to be a strategic disadvantage in every respect to say that, unless what you're most concerned about is optics. But even if you are concerned about optics, the idea that you traded away Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams within the same year to then go into your next phase of Green Bay Packers as, yeah, we'll see if he's the guy. We haven't drafted another quarterback since we drafted him, except for Sean Clifford, who we obviously don't want to see on the field. The big red dog. And I just don't, none of it makes any sense. And Jason Wilde, since we don't have the sound of Mark Murphy saying it, I do want to hear Jason reacting to it and how he believes it was a misstep. This was Wilde earlier today on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
By Murphy saying what he said yesterday, I feel like it was a little bit of a tell of them admitting that they're not so sure about him.
Yeah.
Right? You don't, I don't think you want to say that. You want to say, look, we feel really good about how good he's going to be, and we'll see how the season plays out, but we're convinced that he's a good player, and we believe in him, and we can't wait to see how he grows. We know there's going to be ups and downs, but we believe in him. And instead, to say it's going to take about half a season to figure out whether, however he phrased it, I was surprised. I thought that was a verbal misstep.
Can we get Mark Murphy on the show? Joshy?
Lock it up.
Consistently? Just hit up Murphy, take
Just
5.
try it once. I don't know how good he'd be. Here's the thing. Here's the thing is what's so ironic to me about all of this is that he's doing this at what's supposedly supposed to be a board meeting, right? Like the shareholders meeting is like a board of directors meeting. And imagine the president, like the owner of a company, the head of a company, the board of directors coming up and being like, hey, so we've had an unprecedented level of prosperity and success for the last 15 years under this CEO, right? Let's be honest. The most important employee of the entire organization is the quarterback. And we've had this unprecedented run. He's amazing. We love him. We had to ouster him. The culture here wasn't going in the right direction, but we got rid of him. And everybody's cheering because it was a CEO that was driving results to the bottom line, right? The shares of the stock were going up, if you will. Everything was good on the outside, but on the inside, the place probably wasn't great to work. None of the board of directors liked him. Like, nobody actually liked the guy. He was a total, I don't necessarily agree with the take, but that's the situation that they're trying to portray. And then his solution for the next CEO, he's like, all right, so we got Aaron out. We're going to put his plaque up with the rest of the board of in the board of directors rooms, and people are like, boo. And he's like, but he earns it, and then okay, and then all of a sudden you introduce the next CEO. We're excited to tell you, we'll know within 6 months, whether or not it's going to work. We've groomed him for the last 3.5 years, and we think he's the guy, but we'll know in the next 6 months. Give us 2 quarters and we'll tell you if this CEO is the CEO.
Would you sell your stock?
I mean, who wouldn't? Like, Disney obviously didn't like who they chose as the successor of Bob Iger because Bob Iger's back. But at no point did you hear them being like, yeah, we're going to give this guy a year and see if it works. And if it doesn't work, we'll go. It's the most absurd thing to just tell on yourself the way that Mark Murphy told on himself at a board meeting, which tells you how little the board matters and the shareholders matter. And I know the board itself actually just cares about the money.
Which they do well at.
God knows what that looks like. But it's a remarkable thing to see all of that play out in real time and be like, this is the most make-believe business in the world is the Green Bay Packers. Like, there's not an owner, but there's just an influx of money that you cannot screw up, right? They become an institution in Wisconsin. You've got such national TV revenue that you literally can't mess it up. And it's just Mark Murphy getting up there and being like, yeah, who knows? We'll see in 8 weeks.
Can we give him a round of applause? I really like that performance.
Thank you.
I mean, again, that is definitely an ironic thing from a business perspective and in who he's talking to. But at this point, he's a year and a half or 2 years away from retirement. Who's the Packers communications team? Somebody take the mic. I felt like it was Michael Scott at the Dundies. Just a situation where somebody, or no, you know what it is? It's a horrible best man speech or a speech where it goes on way too long and the family wants to grab the microphone away from the person at the wedding because they just won't stop talking about and saying things they shouldn't. That's what I felt like listening to Mark Murphy, and this is the guy in charge of all that money.
Yeah, it's amazing. 800-990-ESPN, 800-990-3776. It feels, it's almost like Tommy Boy, where it's like Tommy Callahan going around, and it's like, well, we'll see if Tommy can do it.
Greg, I have a question for you, because I kind of asked Ben and Strofe about this yesterday. Do you think this is internally the way they're viewing it, or do you think Mark Murphy is just calling his own play and his own shot here and like telling us what he's thinking?
I think that's the view that he has. I think there's a lot of different opinions in the building in terms of how ready or how good they think that he is. I think there's some people in there that genuinely believe he is the future, and I think there's some people in there who genuinely believe that he isn't. And I think that's how you get to this place where it's like,
we'll see.
Let's see. I think in general, like even Matt LaFleur, I mean, how many times can you say fluid situation, right? And be like, oh, I don't know, we're gonna see how all this works. Like they're going into this, and I get how that can feel fun, like a fun spirit right now. Like you don't know what's gonna happen next, but all of a sudden, if you start out 1-4, 1-3, like it has the potential to go south real quick.
I don't know what I really can't add much to that, Greg, right now.
800-990-3776, 800-990-ESPN. This is mean. Kyle from Waupun says, now Ben knows how we feel when he talks. I don't think that's true or necessary.
No, Kyle said that yesterday. If you read up above, I read it on the text line. He had said something about Ben making fun of Murphy for spewing crap.
How do you remember everybody's name like that? Chris in O-Town, the official and unofficial best friend of the Scalzo and Brust family.
Infidelity victim. I came at him pretty bad yesterday as well.
Says it's a rebrand. If you listen to fans, you'll be sitting with them. Chris in O-Town.
Yeah. You went on a big rebrand, too, after your wife cheated on you with your best friend.
Whoa! You almost have to at that point.
Yeah, exactly.
You kind of got to do like the chain pocket wallet thing, or like
start lifting weights,
puka shells. Like I don't know, bleach your hair. I don't know what it is, but
flee the city.
Benny, tell us about your work with Maddie at the Princeton Club.
Oh, gosh. Well, I got after it this morning.
You did.
After I had a little bit of a weird wake-up. I still made it to my... I know that lacks a lot of context. I'll tease that. We'll get to that later on in the show. It looked like I wet my bed. Maddie at the Princeton Club is the best because I had taken a little bit of a break. I'm not going to lie. I had a vacation where I played a bunch of golf, maybe drank too much, but they had everything. I had the steam room this morning. I had the good workout. Maddie there to help push me. It's the best. Whether you are looking to further your health or just trying to find a place to take that next step towards furthering your health, try out the Princeton Club. Free childcare. Drop off your kids. Go get your workout. Clean health clubs. Princeton Club. Check it out.
We'll see why Ben had a weird morning next on Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra.
You're listening to Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra.
Are we done?
Yes. Yep. Moving on.
Aaron Rodgers did talk earlier today. Oh, John!
Come on now!
John!
Come on, you hound dog, you! Grind on time.
All right. What do we... Come on!
You ain't ever gonna have
Scalzo and Brust. Available anywhere you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
Well, we got some delays right now on 41 southbound, continuing because of an accident right about at Silver Spring on the left shoulder. Right now from Highway Q to the Zoo interchange, going to take you about 23 minutes. That's going to add about 9 minutes onto your normal ride. Southbound on 43, also going to be a bit slow. You are looking at a 24-minute ride from Brown Deer Road downtown, so it's 13 extra minutes. Westbound 94, filling in from downtown to the Zoo interchange, about an 11-minute ride. Most of that happening from just out of the Marquette interchange through the Stadium interchange. Traffic is brought to you by the Neal Group. They know how to minimize your taxes to keep more money in your pocket. Visit nealgroup.net. That's NEAL group.net. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, increasing clouds, chance of showers and storms later on, a low of 72. Tomorrow, a chance for morning showers or storms, becoming partly cloudy, hot and humid, a high of 90. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
One's a Marquette Hall of Famer.
You're long in the tooth. That's what I think of when I hear long in the tooth.
The other may or not make things up from time to time.
You think of me as old? You think of me as old?
I think you was long in the tooth.
Homer and Tony.
I said when I think of long in the tooth, I think of you, and you said, "Oh, you think I'm old?"
When you say long in the tooth, are you saying old? Yes or no?
I am saying older.
Ask me if I think I'm old.
Do you think you're old?
Hell yes, I'm old.
Then what's the problem?
Weekdays 2 to 4 on 94.5 ESPN.
This is the year to buy the woman you love a big anniversary diamond.
What's a big anniversary diamond?
A big anniversary diamond is any diamond that's at least twice as big as the one in her engagement ring.
Why twice as big?
A big anniversary diamond says, I love you twice as much today as the day I married you.
People are always so happy when they see the price we can give them.
Kessler's has wonderful prices on 1 carat, carat and a half, 2 carat, and 3 carat big anniversary diamonds.
People will ask you about your big diamond everywhere you go.
So big anniversary diamonds are the hot new trend?
It began with men buying big anniversary diamonds for the women they love, but now it's gone to a whole new level.
Women are now buying big anniversary diamonds for their men.
Women are saying, two can play that game.
I like games that two can play.
Everybody likes games that two can play.
Welcome to Kessler's.
For the location nearest you, go to KesslersDiamonds.com.
Here in Wisconsin, one name is synonymous with fantastic frozen pizza, Palermo's. For almost 60 years, Palermo's has focused on feeding Wisconsin families. And though Palermo's has grown a lot since 1964, they're still family-owned. They're still proud to call Milwaukee home. And they're still committed to making the best frozen pizza possible. From their new and improved rising crust pizzas to their guilt-free Primo thin pies, Palermo's has a delicious slice for every appetite. Find Palermo's in your local grocer's freezer food aisle. Palermo's, flavor is our family's business.
Life's better with an auto policy from American Family Insurance. No matter what dreams you're driving towards. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto coverage at the right price. You'll also save up to 23% when you bundle auto with home. American Family Insurance. Get a quote, find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Are you a veteran who needs assistance? Do you know a veteran who needs help? The Wisconsin Department of Veterans Affairs is here for Wisconsin veterans, their families, and their survivors. We can help connect veterans with services such as medical care, financial and legal assistance, housing, mental health services, substance use treatment, and more. For more information, please visit wisvets.com. That's WIS vets.com. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Department of Veterans Affairs with funding provided by the Milwaukee Brewers and the Brewers Community Foundation.
It's Scalzo and Brust on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Michelob Ultra. It's only worth it if you enjoy it.
White lines flee so fabric as I close the blinds and say, "Pull just a little bit more for freeze and begin."
Scalzo and Brust presented by Michelob Ultra. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. And boy, did Benny enjoy his weekend.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. I did.
A lot of Mick Ultras for Benny.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's literally all I had. I had a lot. So I think I'm still recovering. I don't know if you can tell.
A little bit. He's Ben Brust. I'm Craig Scalzo across ESPN Wisconsin. You, the Scalzo and Brust family, call or text 800-990-ESPN. Twitter at Scalzo and Brust. And so you were off last weekend, Thursday, for a practice round of member guests, which even Homer says is laughable. You take a day off to do the practice round.
I'm out on the practice round next year.
And then Friday, Saturday, member guest at your gated community country club that you grew up in, Hawthorne Woods.
Correct. And look, it's one of those things where I drank Thursday all day in the sun. As you can see on camera, I'm a little red, as you called out. Then you wake up Friday, you get going right again because there's 27 holes of golf to play. And like, what are you going to do when you're golfing? Like, sorry, I'm not just going to be out in the sun just drinking, not Mick Ultras. And then there's a party Friday night where everyone goes to somebody's house. There's music playing. So I was out till 1:30 on Friday night to make the 8:30 shotgun. And I know nobody cares about these details other than the fact that, I can't.
No, everybody's empathizing with you right now.
I can't do 2 days in a row of drinking anymore. I'm in my 30s now. So having to do 3 days on Saturday, I did 3 straight days of 24/7 drinking. And A, not healthy, B, probably not good to me. And I figured on Sunday I was going to be a mess. And I woke up Monday and, I was good for the most part. Sure, I sentences weren't formed well. I don't know if they are now today.
As opposed to what?
That was a low blow. And then this morning I woke up after playing basketball yesterday, and my bed was wetter than a 6-year-old who's learning how to sleep in their own bed for the first time.
So you peed the bed?
I don't think I peed the bed.
All right, so you sent me the video here. I'm watching
I think there's a 10% chance I peed the bed.
It's on Scalzo and Brust. You can check it out there.
It's a nasty looking video.
I don't like it.
It is a nasty video.
I mean, there's definitely a lot of sweat there because of where it's located.
Yeah, even though the comforter, and you can go on Twitter.
It looks like you peed the comforter and you sweat. It looks like a combination. Because there's definitely a yellow hue to the comforter.
No, there's not.
Big time yellow hue.
You can't tell.
Are you gonna wash those tonight?
Oh, I'm gonna wash them 3 times each. Sheets, pillowcases, comforters. I'm disgusted by myself. I sat in the steam room for an extra 5 minutes today to get as much out of my body as I could.
What else? What is left?
I don't know.
You emptied your bladder and your sweat glands all at once? It's disgusting.
I think every pore in my body might have opened up. Is that possible?
Jeepers creepers. Wow.
Do you have a sweat? Has this happened?
And you slept right through it?
Right through it. Because I've sweat in the middle of the night before, and I've woken up at 4 o'clock and laid a sheet over it and laid on the other side of the bed.
I've done that.
I slept right through. I woke up in a puddle at 6:30 right before I had to get going for my workout.
Do you remember any dream or anything?
No dream. No, Greg. No dream. I'm past that phase of life as well.
If we were
What phase of life?
What, in the bed?
No, what dreams?
No, I wasn't asking. My God, that would be quite something if you produced that. I was literally just saying, were you having a nightmare? Sometimes you can be have anxiety-filled dreams where you wake up in a sweat. That is something. I'm not making that up, right, Joshy?
No. Do you want to know the last time I peed myself, Greg? Do you remember this?
You were having a dream?
No. I got my second COVID shot. I woke up at a Walgreens and I pissed my pants.
I wasn't supposed to tell that on the air, so I never have.
Yeah, I know. I did.
Yeah. I don't know if Josh knows that story.
That's the first I've heard of it.
Benny calls me. He goes, I just peed my pants in a Walgreens.
And the pharmacist was above me. I remember.
Wait, you passed out from the shot?
Yeah.
So, there is.
I thought you dreamt this and that, no, you passed out
in public.
So you had to walk back to the car with your dirty pee pants?
Oh yeah, they bought me crackers and juice.
It's I have to go home and change. It's yep.
Wait, you called Greg to be like,
It's a very uncertain time.
Oh, that was something else.
No, but for real, I can't give blood without laying down. I can't there is something to that. I swear
those shots happen so fast you barely even know they're happening.
What's going on today?
I legitimately can't stop laughing at that imagery of you walking out of that Walgreens
with peed pants.
Imagine walking
stain. And It's not like you're in like a hospital. You're just like, oh, this is a medical thing.
Well, trust me, it wasn't great.
There's somebody buying chunky soup in aisle over.
You know what? The worst part about it was, I was like, I was just like anxious about the whole process, right?
No.
And so I convinced myself I was going to be okay because I got the first shot. I was like, oh, that's fine. Second shot, for some reason, I heard people got a little bit more sick, and I didn't want to get sick. Whatever.
Ben will believe literally anything.
We've made fun of his nipples for no reason for 3 years, and he's self-conscious about the baby thumb nipples.
And so when I got the shot, like this all happened within a 2 minutes or 2 second span. I'm okay, I'm not okay, I'm not okay. And then I go, Miss, and then I pass out in my chair and I just like slouch down. I wake up with the pharmacist and like 2 other people like over me, making sure they don't have to call an ambulance.
Okay, so when I had a similar process, the first time I was in a sort of private enclosed area. The second time
I was out in the open.
Okay, I was going to say the second time I was out in the open. And were there people around?
Oh yeah. There are people waiting to get prescriptions.
Imagine the people who have the story of I watched Ben Brust pass out from a shot and pee himself.
Oh, well, at least you enjoyed the member guest tournament. And remember, it's only worth it if you enjoy it. That's why we drink Michelob Ultras.
Totally.
Because there's a common misbelief today that to make it further, you need to push yourself, that you need to give up any joy to continue with your rigid routine, or you could try another way. Take some time to enjoy life, like having a Michelob Ultra with friends, because happiness is essential to living exceptional life. Michelob Ultra, a refreshing and balanced flavor with only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. Michelob Ultra, it's only worth it if you enjoy it. Oh, 1 or 0 next. Scalzo on Brust.
You're listening to Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra.
Like I just show up, and that's the best part about having a personal trainer is he says what to do, and I do it.
The lack of curiosity on you is remarkable. Like it's truly like
you guys do this at least once every 3 months. Josh is like, what? And you're like, what?
Scalzo and Brust, available anywhere you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
Greg Scalzo here for 3 Tree Marketing, a full-service branded merchandise agency using creative merchandising to share your company's story. That's who we work with at ESPN Milwaukee and across some of our brands here at Good Karma Brands. Was out at the WTMJ Classic yesterday and saw some of the great work that 3 Tree does to help you tell the story of your brand. And they do everything from ideation and brainstorming, coming up with the right idea, to logistics and ultimately delivery and execution. See how 3 Tree Marketing can help your team at 3treemarketing.com.
Cousin Subs is spicing things up this summer with 2 new limited-time-only subs and a new shake flavor. Their new Sriracha Ranch subs feature your choice of chicken or steak, blue cheese crumbles, onions, pickles, sriracha, and ranch dressing, all on Italian bread, and are sure to make your taste buds dance. And don't forget to pair your sub with their new cherry lime shake. All are available for a limited time only. So order yours today at any location, online, or via Cousin's mobile app for a limited time only. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
Keep the good times rolling every Sunday with GKB founder and CEO Craig Karmazin on Sunday Karma.
No rum shaking. Did you say that off the air, Kyle? You got to say that on the air. It was not rum shaking. It was not anything inappropriate. It just was totally irrelevant.
Sunday Karma with Craig Karmazin.
Because isn't that how GMs get chosen, right? You trade up, in my opinion, cost the team a chance to win a championship.
Sundays from 10 to noon on ESPN Wisconsin.
Real people are getting real and lasting pain relief at QC Kinetics.
Who would have thought that I would be in better shape now than after I got out of the Marines at 22?
It's great to be active again.
I've played 36 holes multiple days in a row without pain. Everything's great.
Are you tired of living with chronic joint pain? QC Kinetics uses cutting-edge regenerative medicine to restore and repair damaged tissue, natural healing agents from your own body, so your body can heal itself the way it was designed, with no pain pills, no steroids, no drugs, and no downtime.
It was super successful, and I recommend everyone seek out QC Kinetics as an alternative to surgery.
Thanks to QC Kinetics, quality of life is just a lot better.
Definitely changed my life.
Call now to see if regenerative medicine could be the answer you've been looking for. The local medical professionals at QC Kinetics have proven protocols that can give you lasting relief now, and the consultation is free.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
Come celebrate Milwaukee's original house party along our beautiful lakefront. Germanfest, July 28th, 29th, and 30th, featuring authentic German food, beer, and back this year, Steel Timber Sports, an international extreme sports competition with axes, saws, and more, all 3 days. Don't miss the Glockenspiel, Dachshund Derby, Culture Village, Mardi Gras Show, Drachenschau, and the Schürzenjäger Friday and Saturday night, and so much more. For more on Germanfest tickets and admission discounts, visit GermanFest.com. Holla-roody.
Whether it's live or in podcast form, you've heard us on air with all of our shenanigans.
Gabe, I'm throwing some. Why are you throwing? I don't want.
Now see your favorite 94.5 ESPN shows streaming on video.
Made by me, by the way. I hit that microphone like 4 out of 6 times on that.
Subscribe to ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube and get notified when we hit the air live. Plus, you can watch back any second that you miss and see original digital content too. Watch, listen, interact. ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
The biggest pro football contests in Vegas are back and bigger than ever with $14 million in guaranteed prizes only at Circa Sports. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere. 2 ways to win and no rake. Play Circa Million, where you make 5 picks against the spread each week with 100% payback. Or join Circa Survivor, where you select one team each week straight up. Last the longest to win it all. $14 million in guaranteed prizes. Visit circasports.com for details.
You're listening to Scalzo and Brust on 94.5 ESPN. Missed any of the show? Find us on Wisconsin On Demand wherever you get your podcasts. It's free, it's everywhere, and it's for you.
Friday night I crashed your party. Saturday I said I'm sorry. Sunday came and trashed me out again. I was only having fun, wasn't hurting it.
Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra. Ben Brust, bedwetter Benny Brust, peed his pants last night. The first time since he passed out and peed his pants. 10% chance.
I was going to say, we don't know if I peed my pants.
Let's be honest. You initially said 20% chance you peed your pants.
Yeah, that's fine. You can stick with 20, but
Okay.
like I still believe that the 80% of the chance that I did not pee my pants is true.
Do you sleep naked?
I did not yesterday, so those shorts got to go in the wash too.
262 wants to know, how did you do at the member guest outing?
We were in first place, leading.
Are you a 1 or a 0?
Thanks, guys.
That's the question you have to ask yourself. Are you a yes or a no?
There's no such thing as a gray area. Life is binary. It's just a 1 or a 0.
Do you like how Ben couldn't just give a one-word answer like good, okay, bad?
In first, heading into the second day.
No. That defeats the whole thing. One word.
Not good enough.
Ben Brust, Greg Scalzo, your contestants for 1 or 0. Josh DiMaggio, your host. He answers the question. We see 1 for yes, 0 for no. There
Story
is no
of my life.
Gray area. Joshy, take it away.
Over the weekend, Vikings rookie Jordan Addison was pulled over going 140 miles per hour in a 55 mile per hour zone. Addison claimed his speed was due to a medical emergency his dog was having. 1 or 0. Your dog is a good excuse to go nearly 100 miles per hour over the speed limit.
1, absolutely. If something was wrong with Bruce and I needed to rush him to a hospital, and I, in my Zimbrick Mercedes, had the opportunity with the space to be as safe as possible going 100 miles per hour over the speed limit, I know that's kind of an oxymoron, I would do it.
All right. This is the worst excuse of all time.
I'm not here for the excuse. Would you do it for cash?
Your dog has a good excuse to go nearly 100 miles per... No, it's a bad excuse. It was literally the question that was asked. I'm answering the question. Okay. 0, it's the worst excuse ever. He's going 140 at 3 a.m. What sort of dog emergency is happening in this house at 3 a.m.?
Heart attack?
Is that what actually happened?
I don't know.
Like,
I'm just assuming the worst.
I hate to say it, in order for that excuse to work, your dog needs to be dead. Like, at this point, like, if his dog died and, like, that, I feel like that's a...
You're sick.
I hope that it's untrue.
There's very little evidence at this point to prove that there actually was a health emergency for the dog.
Of course, it's a bad excuse. It's a 22-year-old excuse where he just thinks he can keep getting away from stuff. 21-year-old excuse where he thinks he can just keep getting away with stuff, but just saying words and like, oh, there's an emergency at home. It'd be like if you got caught doing that and then you're like, you know, whoever's going into labor and it's like, but they're not pregnant. Like, it's just, you can make the excuse because it sounds good in the moment. And he was like, oh, my dog's having an emergency. At 3 a.m., you're going 140? Why are you even out at 3 a.m.? Like, why aren't you with your dog at 3 a.m.?
Snuggling.
I don't know even how to respond to that, so I'm going to move on. As an accompaniment to girl dinner, husband meal is a new term used to describe the meal men eat when they are left to their own devices while their significant other is out of town. Oftentimes, it's a meal from a place your partner doesn't like or a type of food they are particularly fond of. 1 or 0, your husband meals generally consist of whatever's in the house.
Yeah, 1 here. Husband meal usually is like a breakfast for dinner type of deal. So I'll like make eggs for myself or a bowl of cereal if I'm not that hungry. But whatever's around, like I'm not going to order something, stop something, cook something, stop for something, cook something.
No delivery?
Nah. I'm just going to make do. You guys know me. I'm not the biggest eater in the world. But
No.
I'll have an English muffin and, and some eggs. Like, I'm happy.
The cereal is my favorite. Like, you'll just eat cereal.
I had a bowl of Honey Nut Cheerios a couple nights ago. Delicious. Sometimes I cut up a little banana in there.
That's luxury.
It's great.
Such a cute little first grader.
Okay, what do you do, hotshot?
I mean, I cook every night, you know? It's my lying voice.
What is he okay? Are we riding the high from last segment?
No.
Your answers have been inadequate.
I don't really understand the husband meal thing.
All right, so Ben also you live alone, so it's a tough way to ask. Your answer, I think, is like when your girlfriend isn't over and you get to eat. What are you doing to eat?
Chinese.
Should move on to the next one, Josh. This is your fault, Josh. You asked that question.
Bad question.
First one is his fault. He asked for it, and his response is just snuggling.
When asked about Aaron Rodgers and a few throws he's made in training camp, Robert Saleh said, "This guy glows in the dark," and that he's a pretty darn good quarterback. 1 or 0. Glowing in the dark is a compliment you've heard used before.
0.
0, but I love it.
Is glowing in the dark?
It sounds like you're radioactive.
Dancing in the... No, it's amazing.
I mean, look,
he's superhuman.
Glow in the dark golf balls.
He sticks off. He sticks out like he's different. I viewed it. I'm gonna use that. The guy glows in the dark. This guy.
You know what's glowing in the dark? Is Ben's sheets after last night.
Ain't that the truth?
No, you would need a black light for that.
This is the worst 1 or 0 we've ever done.
No, I had a pretty good answer for the first
good.
one.
Yeah, I was solid. Josh, not great.
I gave you my honest breakfast for dinner.
We're a team here on Scalzo and Brust, and one person here might have sank the entire ship.
Josh, what's your husband meal?
Oh, I'm usually pizza. It's usually any variation of pizza. My girlfriend doesn't love the specialty pizzas, so I'll go buck wild.
I mean, look. I will, on a Friday or Saturday, my girlfriend and I will eat like a Palermo's pizza together. But let's be honest, when she's out, I'm just like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It's so screaming good, baby. The thin and crispy, the stuffed crust cheese, the OG screamings. I can just mix them all up. I can have a breakfast pizza. I can do it all with Palermo's pizza. 2.5 feet of stuffed crust in the stuffed crust trees. The whole milk mozzarella cheese they source right here in Wisconsin. Secret tomato recipe sauce. Greg and I have made our own pizzas. I mean, it's so good. Everything that Palermo's does is great. Bessie's Revenge is all cheese. The Boss Hog, baby. That's the sausage. The Holy Pepperoni. I love that, too. The Mother of Meat. Supremus Maximus. My ultimate favorite, the Mambo Italiano. Not our best there, Joshy. Let's work on it.
I'm laughing at you that clearly I answered that question as an obvious setup to you. And I
was like, oh,
wow, pizza? That's a good idea.
Find your screaming pleasure in your local grocer's freezer.
He was thinking about how he was going to set up Palermo's while you were saying words. And so when you finished, he didn't use you as a jumping off point.
I'll go fuck wild. I was short of doing a mambo away from it being the most obvious.
Why didn't you just do a mambo?
I thought you'd pick up subtlety. I know you're not subtle. We know that.
It's on you. Pat on the back to me.
Sadler in Madison says Benny needs a service dog, adult diapers, and a private male nurse, slash bodybuilder named Billy Bob, just so he can live a normal life. Sorry, botched that read, Sadler. Ron in the Key says Ben clearly glowed in the dark last night. Chef Ed wants to challenge you to a cook-off. He's the official chef of the Scalzo and Brust family.
Had to wipe him clean.
And Jim from Evansville, the official and unofficial hemophiliac of the Scalzo and Brust family, says perhaps Robert Saleh knows Rogers has been taking bioluminescent mushrooms.
Do those make you glow in the dark?
We don't have enough time to explain bioluminescence.
But I want to so bad. Caller number 9. Caller number 9, 800-990-ESPN, 800-990-3776. Who's ready to play this guy? And are you smarter than Ben Brust? 800-990-ESPN. 15 questions, 90 seconds for you to prove to yourself, to your family, to your friends, to the world that you are smarter
guaranteed
than
W.
Ben Brust. And win yourself 2 18-packs of Water Joe plus a fabulous swag pack. So again, caller 9, are you smarter than Ben Brust? 800-990-ESPN, 800-990-3776. That's next. Scalzo and Brust presented by Michelob Ultra.
2 minutes. We do have some delays along southbound 43, basically from Silver Spring all the way down through the Marquette interchange. We're up to a 25-minute ride from Round Deer Road to downtown. Also northbound on 41, slowing down from about Blue Mound Road up past Swan Boulevard. Southbound on 41, slowing down from Good Hope Road all the way down to just past Burleigh. Then it starts to open up a little bit. And then on 4394 southbound, you are going to find some slow speeds coming off of that high-rise bridge, taking you all the way down to about Lincoln Avenue. Traffic is brought to you by the Lake Country Dock Hounds in Oconomowoc. Enjoy a family-friendly baseball experience in Lake Country where summer nights last longer. Go to dockhounds.com to get tickets. And check the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight. Increasing clouds with the chance of showers or storms later on, low of 72. Tomorrow, chance for morning showers and storms, becoming partly cloudy, hot and humid, a high of 90. Weather is brought to you by National Liquor Mart at 16th and National in Milwaukee, packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirit deals in town. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, where your satisfaction is their plan of action. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
If you're looking for a way to stay hydrated and energized, just keep it simple with Water Joe. 2 simple ingredients. That's right, water and caffeine. So you get the health of staying hydrated and that extra boost of energy that we all need. No sugar, no additives, no off flavors, just great tasting water with caffeine to give you a boost. That's all. Next time you want some healthy, clean energy to get you through the day, hydrate and energize with my great friends at Water Joe.
A big anniversary diamond is one twice as big as the one in her engagement ring.
Welcome to Kessler's.
Hey, this is Bo stepping in for Ridgetop Larry, here to tell you about Ridgetop Exterior's most affordable payment options, including no interest and low interest financing. For your free estimate, visit ridgetopexteriors.com. Roofing, siding, windows, and doors, visit ridgetopexteriors.com.
Gabe Neitzel here. Catch Jen, Gabe, and Chewy mornings 7 to 9 on 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
For your sports talk fix every day from 4 to 6, it's Scalzo and Brust. For your sports talk fix every day from 4 to 6, it's Scalzo and Brust. For your sports talk fix every day from 4 to 6, it's Scalzo and Brust. For your sports talk fix every day from 4 to 6. It's Scalzo and Brust.
Live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue.
It's a party, baby.
This is Scalzo and Brust.
Woo.
Presented by Michelob Ultra.
It's a party, baby.
On 94.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand.
It's a party, baby. Woo. It's a party, baby.
Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra. Ben Brust left the studio. Shortly on video, you should see him sadly standing outside of the studios in the 3rd Street Market Hall. Because it's Tuesday, it's just past 5 o'clock. It's time to play Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust?
For those of you who say that Ben Brust is an idiot, here's your chance to be proven right. It's time to play Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? Presented by Water Joe. No off flavors, no sugar, and no additives that Ben doesn't know how to pronounce. Just water and caffeine, that's all. Hydrate and energize with Water Joe.
It is Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? Today's contestant, Nick in Milwaukee. Nick, welcome into the show. Do you believe you are smarter than Benny Bedwetter?
I've been trying for a long time to get in, and I've been talking for a while, so I better be.
All right, I'm excited for this one, Nick. Showdown here, Joshy. Here's how we're going to find out. 15 questions, 90 seconds, whichever comes first. If you don't know the answer to a question, you are allowed to say skip or pass. We'll then revisit that question after we get through the original 15. If you score more correct answers than Ben Brust, you will win 2 18-packs of Water Joe and a fabulous swag pack. Any questions, or are you good to go, Nick in Milwaukee?
I am good to go, Greg.
All right, awesome. We've got Nick in Milwaukee. And Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? In 3, 2, 1. What's the name of the pig in the book, Charlotte's Web?
Elmer.
In one of the most popular Dr. Seuss books, what won't Sam I Am eat?
Green eggs and ham.
What was America's first national park?
Yosemite.
What 3 states share a border with California?
Nevada, Oregon, and Utah.
Which astronomer is called out in Bohemian Rhapsody?
Galileo.
Who is the first American Idol winner?
Kelly Clarkson.
Who is the villain in Peter Pan?
Captain Hook.
What animal's nickname is Sea Cow?
Sea cow is manatee.
Which blood type is a universal donor?
Oh.
Pickles start out as which vegetable?
Cucumber.
If you tip 20% on a $15 bill, how much would the tip be?
$3.
What does GDP stand for?
Gross domestic product.
Which continent is closest to Antarctica?
Australia.
The Mesopotamian civilization relied on 2 rivers, the Tigris and the what? Counts if you get it. Wow.
Euphrates.
What an exclamation point. Well done
spot.
there, Nick in Milwaukee with a 9 spot. That third question there, Joshy, that's the big one. You got to get through that third question.
Yeah, that's probably strategically just a pass.
Mm-hmm.
Can you wave Ben Brust back in? He's just staring at his phone.
Unbelievable.
I was trying to wave him in, nothing.
You know what, though? I whacked that pen at him. It was his pen, and it broke, so he kind of deserves it.
Serves him right.
Yes, and I feel like he's just heading into a slaughterhouse right now. And you texted him. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I've talked some big yank to Ben.
All right, well, you backed it up right there. Ben Brust, the over-under for him today is 4.5. Think that's a fair over-under, Joshy?
I think that's about right. I'm leaning the under. There's some new ones in here he's never heard.
Uh-oh. Josh is leaning the under. He says there's some new ones in here you haven't heard, which actually is how most trivia games should be. But this is Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust?
Yeah, this isn't any trivia game.
You know how this works. 15 questions, 90 seconds. Whichever comes first. If you don't know the answer to a question, you are allowed to say skip or pass. We'll then revisit that question after we get through the original 15. If you fail to get as many correct answers as Nick in Milwaukee, Nick will win 2 18-packs of Water Joe and a fabulous swag pack. Any questions? Are you good to go?
Was this my pen? Did you break it?
It was your pen. I went to use it so I could mark this, and then we were trying to get your attention while you were mindlessly staring into your phone, and I had to throw something, and I threw your pen.
Yep. But also, it's
also a free pen.
Is that Greg's pen that you took from his desk yesterday?
No, it was not the good card.
You lost that one.
I mean, it was a pen that came from a jar on my desk at one point. We know
this
that.
one was as well, yes.
Yeah.
Pen thief. I'm ready.
I don't know if I can be the thief of the pen when it was started on my desk.
I'm the pen thief.
No, they're there for people to take. All right, Ben Brust, are you ready?
Yes.
Ben Brust in 3, 2, 1. What's the name of the pig in the book Charlotte's Web?
Pass.
In one of the most popular Dr. Seuss books, what won't Sam I Am eat?
Green eggs and ham.
What was America's first national park?
Yellowstone.
What 3 states share a border with California?
Nevada, Arizona, and Oregon.
Which astronomer is called out in Bohemian Rhapsody?
Galileo.
Who is the first American Idol winner?
Kelly Clarkson.
Who is the villain in Peter Pan?
Don't know. Pass.
What animal's nickname is Sea Cow?
Pass. What?
Which blood type is a universal donor?
O negative.
Pickles start out as which vegetable?
Cucumber.
If you tip 20% on a $15 bill, how much would the tip be?
$3.
What does GDP stand for?
Gross domestic product.
Which continent is closest to Antarctica?
Australia.
The Mesopotamian civilization relied on 2 rivers, the Tigris and the what?
Nile.
Which country did IKEA originate in?
Sweden. Did I win?
Tie?
No, it's 10 spot.
Let's go! I am the smartest man alive!
I think out of principle that Nick is going to get a prize here.
Why?
I mean, that was the most obvious cheating episode we've ever had.
The most obvious.
You want me to punch you today for the first time in my life? I'll do it.
No, now you're faking anger too. It's not even real.
No, this is the pen that you broke. Screw you. I nailed it today, and I'm not gonna do the BS.
Oh no, this is the most. I'm not even kidding here. He's in full actor mode.
One time, just be happy for me for being smart.
So he was watching it out there. Is that what do you think was happening?
You can get the video cameras from out there. Like you can do whatever you want.
Is that why he was waiting there, just kind of like staring at his phone?
I was literally texting a guy. I can even show you. I'm in the middle of the text.
I mean, there was some of these that are just
there's the GDP.
That was the that was the one where I said if he gets this is wild.
I knew it. I don't know why I knew it, but I knew it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
There's one of
also the fact that he said O negative is a massive tell.
Why?
Massive
I don't know anything about blood
other than O negative.
No.
That one.
You guys can't tell me what I know.
There's one of 2 things that happened here, Greg. Either we have a mole amongst our midst, being Alex G, or
there's no
program
mole.
director.
I don't think it's Alex G.
Ryan D, or he was watching it outside.
Matt in Fort Atkinson said the Kelly Clarkson answer gave it away. The way he said it screamed cheater.
No, because the second season was Ruben and Clay Aiken.
Appleman was that was 100% cheating. Remember Appleman defending
Appleman,
you?
Suck it.
Remember when Appleman?
I love you. Don't do this.
Remember when Appleman? By the way, those pickles. You want some good pickles down at the
orchard? Yeah, the pickles are good.
My goodness.
Come from cucumbers.
He believed you, if you remember, in your cheating incident in the maze.
Yeah.
He's come around to realize.
No, that was his wife.
No, they both
They
believed
both
you.
did. They were both in support.
Unbelievable.
Believers.
Toaster Chris says, "Let's go, Benny."
Thank you, Chris.
Even though he cheated, Scalzo and Josh are just jelly.
Didn't cheat, and yes, they are just jealous. They won't let me have success.
Let's go through the answers here.
All right. So the name of the pig in the book Charlotte's Web is Wilbur.
Why would I pass on that one?
Because our guy Nick didn't get that one correct either. And then you went green eggs and ham. By the way, this is all.
Green eggs and ham. You can ask my family. Was my favorite book.
I'm sure it's your favorite book of all time. I'm sure.
Right next to Alonzo Mourning's biography.
This guy
wasn't his favorite. That's just the last one that he read. The fact that you went there right away, green eggs and ham, was a little bit of a tell. America's first national park, Yellowstone, and then you hit
the only national park I know.
The three, I know, I figured that. I thought you would get that one. 3 states that share a border with California, Arizona, Nevada, Oregon. That was a little okay, but I'm like, all right,
what
I get it.
What are you talking about?
Galileo and Bohemian Rhapsody.
Galileo. Like I watched Queen's.
I still
musical.
was still thinking.
I was with
Queen's
you.
musical,
Bohemian Rhapsody,
the movie.
Yeah.
Do you see the musical fraud that he is trying to be like, see, I watch musical. American Idol winner Kelly Clarkson. I'm like, okay, if he gets the villain in Peter Pan, this is gonna be absurd.
I don't know the villain in Peter Pan. I don't know Peter Pan.
He skipped it.
He skipped it. Captain Hook. Animal nickname Sea Cow is Manatee. O negative, and then he gets pickles started as cucumbers, which I buy. He answered $3 before I almost got the tip question.
No, that one's easy because you know what
gross
you do,
domestic
you
product
move
is absolutely insane that he got. That was the biggest tell of all.
15. You move the decimal point over. That's 1.5 times 2. That's 20%. $3.
IKEA originating in Sweden
is easy.
Yep.
Famously,
did he get South America right?
Problems.
No, he
I
got
said Australia,
which is exactly what Nick in Milwaukee said. Case rested.
Because there's no case.
Ron in the Key says, "Who sings Bohemian Rhapsody?"
Queen.
He says, "I could hear the smile in Greg's voice when he started answering quickly and correctly because he thought Ben was cheating." That is true.
I saw it too.
Jeff Ed says, "Definitely cheating." Andrew in Brookfield, a Benny believer, says, "I believe in you, Ben."
Thank you. I mean, look, for all the times that I've been really bad, can we not celebrate when I pull something out of my ace?
Don't you feel bad for Nick in Milwaukee?
Yeah. Not
that,
at all.
He'd
Not at
been
all.
calling in forever trying to
That's
get on
great.
here, and you blatantly cheat. You
But
told
I did
us you were
blatantly
going to
cheat.
But you told us at one of these you were going to just straight up cheat, and today was the day that you cheated.
No. Like, don't piss me off to the point where I don't want to do the show.
Benny. Just tell us about Water Joe.
I love Water Joe. It's clean, healthy energy, and they definitely fueled the victory. They fueled the victory. They helped me in my hangover get hydrated and have 85 milligrams of caffeine throughout my day. They also have 120 in some bottles. 10 for $10 at Festival. Think about that. 10 for $10. That's amazing at Festival all month long. Again, Water Joe gives me the strength and the energy that I need to win in Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust and to take on my challenges every day. Add it to your life. No sodas, no energy drinks. Do Water Joe.
Josh, did you get Nick in Milwaukee's information?
I have all of it written down.
All right, just let me know. I'll send him something. I feel bad that Ben blatantly cheated in that. Ben now 8-23 on the year with an asterisk against adults. 9 that's with an
that
asterisk.
Moved me to 9.
No, it didn't.
No, it didn't.
9 against adults and children. You're all right about that. 9-24 with an asterisk against adults and children so far this year.
I'm heading towards 500.
You need to win out pretty much. So. You got a shot. There's at least one asterisk there. Oh, that's the other thing. He's starting to feel the pressure because last week we told him.
Oh, add it to the list.
I mean, I don't need to add it to the list. I just genuinely feel bad for Nick, and now I'm gonna have to buy him something out of my own pocket just to alleviate my guilt. And Ben Brust, meanwhile, completely guilt-free.
Yeah, you can be guilt-free when you know you didn't do anything wrong.
No, you've lied and cheated on this show before with zero guilt or remorse.
I've never done it on Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? Ever.
That is the biggest lie of all.
It's literally not.
It's the biggest lie of all. We will talk a little Jordan Love in preseason football. Should he play? or should he sit? Next, let's Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra. Cheater!
You're listening to Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra.
Sometimes it's a doozy to figure out what time it is because I'm looking down. Plus, when the long hand and the short hand cross, like it can get, it's a little confusing.
Was this just a long way of you trying to tell us you don't use your watch because you have a hard time reading it?
It's not that I have a hard time. It's harder.
Scalzo and Brust, available anywhere you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
We do have some delays along southbound 43, basically from Silver Spring all the way down through the Marquette interchange. We're up to a 25-minute ride from Brown Deer Road to downtown. Also northbound on 41, slowing down from about Blue Mound Road up past Swan Boulevard. Southbound on 41, slowing down from Good Hope Road all the way down to just past Burleigh, and it starts to open up a little bit. And then on 4394 southbound, you are going to find some slow speeds coming off of that high-rise bridge, taking you all the way down to about Lincoln Avenue. Traffic is brought to you by the Lake Country Dockhounds in Oconomowoc. Enjoy a family-friendly baseball experience in Lake Country where summer nights last longer. Go to dockhounds.com to get tickets. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight. Increasing clouds with a chance of showers or storms later on, low of 72. Tomorrow, chance for morning showers and storms, becoming partly cloudy, hot and humid, a high of 90. Weather is brought to you by National Liquor Mart at 16th and National in Milwaukee, packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirit deals in town. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, where your satisfaction is their plan of action. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
The Big Slide, barns and barns of animals, and all that food on a stick. State Fair is one of the biggest events of the summer, and we'd like to send you there. Compliments of Discount Liquor. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. Purchase any one case 30-pack cans of Miller High Life or any one 12-pack Vizzy Hard Seltzer and receive one free State Fair ticket, all while supplies last. But don't delay. Tickets go quickly. And I know you don't want to miss the bacon-wrapped bacon. Visit us today at 51st in Oklahoma and Milwaukee, and on Barstow and Main in downtown Waukesha. Discount Liquor, voted best liquor store in Milwaukee, again! See us this week for your free Wisconsin State Fair ticket.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
And visit us online at discountliquorinc.com.
Whether it's live or in podcast form, you've heard us on air with all of our shenanigans.
Gabe, I'm throwing some... Why are you throwing... I don't want...
Now see your favorite 94.5 ESPN shows streaming on video.
Made by me, by the way. I hit that microphone like 4 out of 6 times on that.
Subscribe to ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube and get notified when we hit the air live. Plus, you can watch back any second that you miss and see original digital content too. Watch, listen, interact. ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Ben Brust for Road America. Make the most out of your summer at Elkhart Lakes Road America. The race season is still going strong. Don't miss a minute of the fun. Camp on site all weekend and enjoy free admission for kids 16 and under with a paying adult at the gate. Enjoy affordable family fun with the return of the NASCAR Xfinity Series to Road America July 27th through the 29th. Get your tickets at roadamerica.com. Come for the experience, stay for the race. Road America, America's national park of speed.
Life's better with an auto policy from American Family Insurance. No matter what dreams you're driving towards. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto coverage at the right price. You'll also save up to 23% when you bundle auto with home. American Family Insurance. Get a quote, find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Come celebrate Milwaukee's original house party along our beautiful lakefront. Germanfest, July 28th, 29th, and 30th, featuring authentic German food, beer, and back this year, Steel Timber Sports, in an international extreme sports competition with axes, saws, and more, all 3 days. Don't miss the Glockenspiel, Dachshund Derby, Culture Village, Mardi Gras Show, Drachenschau, and the Schürzenjäger, Friday and Saturday night, and so much more. For more on Germanfest tickets and admission discounts, visit Germanfest.com.
It's Scalzo and Brust on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Michelob Ultra. It's only worth it if you enjoy it.
Logan in Milwaukee chimes in and says there should be a full investigation and Ben Brust should be taken to trial.
I quit.
It's not even worth it.
I quit. Are you smarter than Ben Brust?
Good.
When I do
It's the
bad,
end.
everyone's like, ha ha, you're dumb. And then when I do well, it's like, you're cheating, you're cheating, you're cheating, you're cheating.
That's not true. This is the first cheating allegation in a while because it was so obvious.
What are you talking about? The entire month of May, I was under investigation.
It's not true. There's no investigations in May. You haven't won enough this year.
There's hardly been enough wins for us to suspect cheating.
And even when you have won, you won 2 of your games this year.
That was my point.
Like
You guys,
getting 4 correct answers
that
against
was my
3.
point when you guys would do this. It'd be like, my famous line was like, "But why would I cheat if I wasn't going to win?" And so you can't accuse me of that now and then turn it to like, "Oh, well, now you win, you're cheating." Like it's just like I'm in a no-win situation. You always used to say I was cheating on losses, and so it's like I'm in a no-win situation with you two.
Logan in Milwaukee, again, says full investigation. We're done. It's no investigation. It's the most obvious cheating thing ever. Like Nick in Madison chimes in, says a wise man once said, Ben is not to be trusted.
In Brust, we trust. Boom. Roasted.
Nick from Milwaukee wins the last time he hung 10. That was a definite cheat. The only time he's hit double digits was against children in your entire career.
No, I would say... No, absolutely.
Max and Eleanor were the only ones you hit double digits
No.
at. You still lost to Eleanor.
You're so annoying.
How am I annoying? You ruined the integrity of a fun game.
We've been doing this fun game for over 3 to 4 years.
Yeah.
I've had a couple double digits in there. We used to do third grade.
I don't think so.
We've done some third grade question ones.
Yeah, I don't think you ever got above 10 or above, though. Maybe
Right
you're
here.
right. Maybe you're right.
Right
I don't
here.
know. I have no idea. Hey, Alex G, are you ready? Because my thought is to transition Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust to Are You Smarter Than, and we'll just have it rotate between you, Alex G, Strophe when he's on, and Colin Russo when he's on. What do you think?
Yeah, I'd be willing to give it a go. You know,
Yeah,
it might be harder
yeah.
for the random people to win, but we can figure it out.
Yeah, but I still think it'd be fun. We can mix in a little bit more history in there. You guys are all young.
At least the random people won't end up as the worst low light of the Ultimate Frisbee season.
Nice.
Thanks.
I mean, have you ever felt better about an insult than that?
Yeah, I don't know. It's also the most viewed clip in Frisbee history now. So
yeah,
at
everyone
least I
wants to
have
be viewed for
something.
being a horrible player.
He's just so sad all the time, and I don't know what to do about it. I want to help Ben, but it's just he's not helping himself.
Yeah, we know. We know. Daniel, the official unofficial landscaping sloth of the Scalzo and Brust
I'm
family.
sure he believes me because he's ever got anything good to say about me.
Says, Benny, you haven't proven to anybody otherwise, brother. You've done nothing to show us any different than that you don't cheat or finish anything you've said you would do. Your proven track record is as such. So until proven otherwise, maybe the allegations will change towards you.
What happened to innocent until proven guilty?
Yeah, but when you're guilty every time, the presumption of innocence
you guys
dissipates.
have created
We haven't
guilty
Ben,
thing.
we haven't created anything. You've literally cheated or not done every single thing that's ever been put in front of you, save for maybe 2 or 3.
At least you gave me some benefit.
And those were years ago, though. It's been a while.
I'm going on a date with a blow-up doll next
Yeah, that was
Tuesday.
supposed to be tonight. You bailed out on that.
You
because
didn't have the doll.
It's at my house. I said we could still do it tonight. And you were like,
Oh,
I've had a
you and
busy
Josh
week.
are going to go to dinner tonight?
I've had a busy week. You had golf. You had basketball. You got basketball tomorrow. You know, it's like you got a lot of stuff going on.
Busy bee.
So next week we'll get it. Should we book the date? Let's do it right now. Well, Ben is in a follow-through mode. Let's organize this stand-up night at the Improv.
Let's do that one about a month out.
I mean, I think there's got to be a nice mid-August Wednesday date. They have open mic at Milwaukee Improv. That's what I'm feeling, at least. That's what I think.
Oof.
Oh, wait. He's staring the idea of following through right in the face.
I'll have to check when we're in between basketball league.
August 3rd, there's an open mic night. Along with August 10th.
Done.
August 3rd is a good Thursday that works.
Or August 10th.
Or the 17th. Those are August 10th.
I'm out of town on the 10th, so we got to do the 3rd next Thursday.
All right, book it, Joshy. Ben Brust, August 3rd, Milwaukee Improv. We will get the information out ASAP, but everybody start buying your tickets so Ben can't pull out of this. It's going to be a fun couple of weeks.
Milwaukee Improv. All right, it's in the calendar. You know I'm good with my calendar.
Well, yeah, except last time you showed up, and
my girlfriend is going to kill me. I'm going to say something she's going to hate.
Just have her not come.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah, tell her it's better if she's not there.
Let's not bring the teammates either.
I'm not going to control who goes and who doesn't go.
Okay.
But, again, Milwaukee Improv, get your tickets for open mic night there for Thursday, August 3rd. What you hear on stage will be very smart, I'm sure. Just like our friends at Smart Spaces help make our company's space smarter, more technologically integrated, and able to perform beautifully across all virtual meeting environments. That's what Smart Spaces does for you. They allow that dream to become a reality because, like it or not, your company has to learn how to navigate a virtual world, and that's what they do. Take us, for instance. They helped us with our build-out at the 3rd Street Market Hall in downtown Milwaukee. And every room I walk into, all I got to do to get on a meeting, boop, boop, push one button, push two buttons, boom, you're sharing your screen. You don't have to talk in any direction for a mic because they're everywhere. Everything is set up so that your team can focus on what they do best because Smart Spaces has a listen-first culture will learn your business's needs and provide seamless solutions for the technology in your office. So improve your business today at smartspaceswi.com.
Jokes.
Play 'em or sit 'em. Jordan Love next. It's Scalzo and Brust presented by Michelob Ultra preseason.
You're listening to Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra.
It's not a semifinal loss. There's 4 teams in the whole damn league. You can't call it a semifinal. It's just a game against one of the 4 teams.
The intensity picked up big time last night. Can I read you some texts?
No.
Scalzo and Brust, available anywhere you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
Westbound 94, we do have an issue right about at Moreland Road. The left lane is blocked with some debris, so watch out for that. It's going to take a little while before that gets cleared out of the way. Definitely seeing some delays through that area already. Westbound 94 out of the Marquette, also seeing backups all the way through the stadium interchange. Southbound 43, riding the brakes from Silver Spring, pretty much all the way down to about Locust. And then again, right from the Marquette onto 4394 southbound. Traffic is brought to you by Fisco Auto Body. Call Fisco Auto Body to help with all body repair needs. Fisco. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, increasing clouds, chance of showers and storms later on with a low of 72. Tomorrow, chance for morning showers and storms, becoming partly cloudy, hot and humid, a high of 90. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Magoo's on the Mound is your game day headquarters. Located on 59th and Blue Mound, just minutes from the ballpark. Magoo's has food options for everyone and a vast selection of craft beers and cocktails. Enjoy some drinks and watch all the games with your buds. Or stay entertained with pool, darts, trivia, poker, or live music. Plus, Magoo's on the Mound offers plenty of free parking and shuttles to all home games for the crew. Check out their food and drink menu as well as upcoming events at magoos.biz. That's magoos.biz.
Oh, you forgot to clean out your backpack since school ended? Oh, rotten.
Let's make our windows.
Well, you make a great point. Tell you what, let's clean out your backpack and then we'll...
from Pella.
While we can't do anything about rotten lunches, Pella's lifetime warranty on wood windows and doors makes it so that you'll never have to worry about rotting windows again. Right now at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, make payments as low as $35 per month per window and $78 per patio door. Visit PellaWI.com.
Experience, knowledge, and results. That's what you need when you've been in a serious truck accident. Call Gruber Law Offices. We've successfully helped people injured by big trucks for more than 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Show podcasts, team-centric feeds, and listening live whenever, wherever. All of that in the palm of your hand. The Wisconsin On Demand app, available in the Apple or Android App Store.
Earth Justice is a national legal nonprofit defending the environment and people's health. Until justice stands for all, our lawyers will never rest. More at earthjustice.org/neverrest. Earth Justice, because the earth needs a good lawyer.
Yeah, they're football guys, but they don't shy away from the big topics of the day.
So you won't listen to their music because of this? Was it a bad breakup?
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Also sponsored by American Family Insurance.
I don't know. But songs on this guy broke up with Florida Georgia Line. You should like him more.
I do like Tyler. Yeah, it's a good career move for him.
You're still not going to go to the concert.
Weekdays 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN and available wherever you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
Homer and Tony are heading to the big backyard at Maddie's Bar and Grill Friday, July 28th for an outdoor happy hour. Join us from 2 to 4 for a chance to win free Bloody Marys for a year and enjoy complimentary Maddie's exclusive craft beer collaboration with Eagle Park Brewery perfectly named Hospitality IPA. You heard that right, free beer from 2 to 4. Stick around for your favorite fish fry and the baseball game on the 18-foot LED screen. Like Maddie's Bar and Grill on Facebook for details and find them on the web at maddysbar.com.
Hey, this is Bo stepping in for Ridgetop Larry, here to tell you about Ridgetop Exterior's most affordable payment options, including no interest and low interest financing. For your free estimate, visit ridgetopexteriors.com. Roofing, siding, windows, and doors, visit ridgetopexteriors.com.
You're listening to Scalzo and Brust on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Michelob Ultra. It's only worth it if you enjoy it.
To say, put the past away. Wish you would step back from that ledge, my friend. You could cut ties with all the lies that you've been living in.
Matt at Fort Atkinson says, I feel really bad for Ben right now. I've been in his spot before. Ben, just stop cheating so this all ends.
No, I'm gonna, I will stand on these 2 feet and hold my ground because I did not have any cheating on Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust today. And
Daniel
somehow I found my way
says-
into doing this comedy set that I'm now freaking out in 24/7.
It's something you were supposed to do 3 years ago. Then we literally did a remote broadcast at an improv comedy place for you to do an open mic night that you agreed to on that date, and you chickened out.
Can somebody help me write comedy?
No, you're going to do this yourself. It'll be great. Daniel the Sloth says, I want to go to the show. Can I bake tickets? But we all know he won't go through with this. I think he's going to do it this time.
Yeah.
Dwayne in Sheboygan says, well, I actually believe that Ben won today. Why isn't there a rule he leaves his phone in the studio when he is supposedly cheating? I can't get Ben to part with that phone. That phone is more connected to him than his hand.
You're so annoying.
Remember, I was going to buy a cage to put it in during the show? We talked about having it put in a locker during the show. Have you ever followed through on any of that?
Yeah.
Never.
Here, I don't need it. Take it.
He's got his watchy.
It's actually not connected to the phone. It's a new phone. I can't figure it out.
I don't blame you. When I got a new phone, I couldn't figure it out either. I've never
It's kinda confusing.
I never used my iWatch again. What are you gonna do? All right, so I got the phone caged up. Josh, over under 20 minutes in terms of when he asked for it back.
I think he'll make
15 minutes.
I was going to say the show's over in 20 minutes. Of course I'm taking
He'll
it.
make the rest of the show.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
He might check it and break, though.
No, that's not allowed.
Certainly not allowed. All right, so a lot of conversation going on around Jordan Love, whether or not he is going to be playing during the preseason. Matt LaFleur had this to say about the situation with Love playing in preseason.
More fluid than my bed.
Kind of, take it one day at a time and really try to feel where we're at. And if it's something that we feel that they need to play a little bit more in the preseason, then we'll do that.
We talked about you peeing the bed an hour ago.
I know. I realized that the context is probably lost to the listening audience.
I don't understand why or how Jordan Love doesn't play in the preseason. I understand the argument against it, right? And that is the possibility that Jordan Love has an injury and you roll out the season with Sean Clifford as your starting quarterback. You go from Aaron Rodgers to Sean Clifford, the 5th-round pick, or the USFL MVP, who is playing in the USFL, Mr. Magoo, who's 27 years old. But, I understand that as the lowest of low floors in terms of what could potentially happen, right? That is the risk. But at the same time, if you hope that this season is anything for the Packers, and you're telling all of us that you think that it's super important for you guys to be together in May in shorts and T-shirts, you're telling me that the Packers and their fans don't believe in preseason reps? Like, all I've heard about for the last year is how important the 3 reps that Aaron Rodgers missed in May of 2022 were, and now it's like, Jordan Love doesn't need to play in a preseason game.
That is hypocrisy at its finest. Let's also add to the fact that no less than 24 hours ago, Mark Murphy's talking about how they need to see Jordan Love play 8 games to know if he's going to be the quarterback of the future. Like, you should get the guy as many reps as possible if you're that unsure about Jordan Love. If you don't know that he's your long-term QB or not committing to him beyond 8 games from a president and management standpoint, reps are important. Like, all the first team reps, even if the reps in preseason aren't like they're showing different coverages, changing up different things that they're likely only do in preseason versus the regular season, that's okay. He should be able to do well against that and like hopefully thrive and give more reason for us to be excited about what he's going to bring next year. Reps are what he needs, even if they're bad reps. And not him playing bad, but bad reps against, crappy second and third string defensive guys.
You could argue that actually those are even more valuable reps because they, it could build confidence for Jordan Love. And if you're out there on the field with your young wide receivers, your young tight ends, an offensive line, I do think that more than any other, this is an important offseason for J-Lo and a really important preseason for Jordan Love. They're going to have to figure out a way to get this team playing at a higher level off the bat because, to me, again, if you start off slow, you lampoon the entirety of the season.
Especially because the schedule is weaker on the front side than the back side. So why would you work out the kinks in the regular season when you have opportunities to help win football games? And then if you're in the preseason, it doesn't make any sense not to build continuity with Romeo Doubs, Christian Watson, Jaden Reed, Musgrave. Like that should be the number one key, is to continue to start building these young guys together even in the preseason. I hate that smirk that you have.
I'm sorry. I'm just looking at the Twitter comments. Part of what I do is
I know.
And the Twitter comments off of your peeing of the bed video are funny.
Would you care to share?
I didn't mean for you to stop your thought abruptly.
No, I knew I was wrapping up, but I also knew that you were smiling about something that somebody had said.
Matt Coonan chimes in and says it's impossible to drop a 10 spot in trivia one segment after a pee yourself story. It's impossible.
Anything's possible, Matt.
You want to try that again?
Anything's possible, Matt.
No, I'm saying I thought you were going to be anything is possible. I thought you were doing that whole thing.
Oh, the Kevin Garnett. Anything is possible.
There you go. That's a disgusting video that you could find there on Twitter at Scalzo and Brust. It'll be interesting. And I want to keep talking about it. First, I got to tell everybody about American Family Insurance, right? I mean, it's kind of what we're talking about. What is the backup quarterback going to be like? Well, AmFam is your insurance for when something goes wrong. And when something does go wrong, inevitably, right? You've got auto insurance. Hopefully nothing ever happens to your car. Once you become a homeowner, your first-time homeowner, maybe you are a homeowner right now, you know something's going wrong. There's just too many things that could potentially go wrong with your home. And when it does, you want to be able to talk to somebody that you know, somebody that you trust, somebody that has your back, somebody you have a relationship with, and that's what you have with a local American Family Insurance agent. I'm lucky that I started with renter's insurance and auto insurance with AmFam because it's a no-brainer based on the service I saw there to get into their homeowner insurance as well. Plus, when you protect both your home and auto with American Family, you can save up to 28%. But it wasn't until we had to submit a claim where I really, really understood the value of having a team at my back, an agent to call, ask questions to, help me with the guidance every step of the way so I didn't have to call the nameless, faceless 800 numbers and wait for callbacks and do all that stuff, write down the reference number, wait on hold. It's a nightmare. Don't do that. Work with American Family Insurance. Go to amfam.com to find your local American Family Insurance agent. That is amfam.com. Do you want Jordan Love to play in the preseason to get the reps, or do you want him to stay in bubble wrap because you don't want to see Sean Clifford or Mr. Magoo start the season as the Packers starting quarterback? It's Scalzo and Brust. We'll roll on next, presented by Mick Ultra.
You're listening to Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra.
It's like how I passed swimming lessons. I can't float, and the first level of swimming lessons is floating. My parents had to convince the teachers to pass me because I couldn't float.
Great.
And then I made it to Underwater Explorers.
He cheated in swimming class.
Everything. Josh, everything.
Goes so deep.
Scalzo and Brust.
He cheated at Little Swimmers.
Ben doesn't do this,
Golden guppies. Couldn't float. Had to convince them to send me to Underwater Explorers.
Yeah, you were great at Underwater Explorers.
I sure was.
Because you couldn't float.
Scalzo and Brust. Available anywhere you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
Coming up on Wednesday on Repackables, Jason Wilde joins the show as we look back to 2007.
Aaron Rodgers seems to have found his groove.
And the game where Aaron Rodgers relieves Brett Favre after Brett was injured in Dallas. Rodgers got off to a slow start, but then gave a lot of people hope that maybe he could be the successor that he eventually would become.
Rodgers looking right, completing this one to Jennings, touchdown pass.
Jason Wilde and I look back at Aaron Rodgers' first significant playing time. Coming up Wednesday, Repackables at ESPN Milwaukee on Twitter and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Kevin Moret here from Mentality Men's Health. Guys, did you know that the stored belly fat reduces your free testosterone? The more the belly grows, the harder it is to drop, mostly because of the decrease in free T. It's a vicious cycle that men are losing, and unfortunately, everyone can see it. Mentality breaks that cycle with semaglutide, an industry-changing weight loss medication that can help you lose up to 15% of your body weight while preserving your testosterone. Join our over 20,000 clients to look and feel the way you deserve. In Milwaukee, go to lowtusa.com. That's lowtusa.com.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Jay Williams.
From everything that I've heard about the situation is that relationship between Saquon and the upper brass was not in a great place.
Yeah.
And I said it last week, Freddie. I literally left the conversation thinking to myself, I don't think Saquon's going to be a Giant after next year. Unless the New York Giants buy in a big way. But, I mean, he has a one-year deal now to prove it. But I still think it feels like a slap in the face for him.
And they literally put Saquon Barkley through a little bit of a ringer for a one-year deal, $11 million.
A public ringer, though.
That is.
I mean, there was a lot of stuff that leaked.
That is
stating
true.
that he was not the type of leader.
That is very
that he
true.
was greedy. That he was selfish.
Yep.
And I am telling people from hearing him talk that rubbed him the wrong way.
As
because
it
if you
should.
know anything about Saquon, that's not how he holds himself.
Drowning in IRS debt? If you can't afford to pay your IRS debt due to economic hardship, you can now be free of IRS collection efforts by taking advantage of a special IRS tax hardship program. This program allows Americans who owe the IRS to resolve their delinquent tax debt once and for all. In some cases, maybe even reducing what you owe significantly. An open phone line has been established by Community Tax for consumers to call and see if they qualify. Simply dial 800-375-2830. If you owe back taxes to the IRS and cannot afford to pay them back or have years of unfiled tax returns, help is standing by. Just call the Community Tax Helpline today at 800-375-2830 for the help that you need. Don't take on the IRS alone. They can attack your wages, savings, pension, home, and even your Social Security check. That's 800-375-2830 to see if you qualify. That's 800-375-2830.
Keep the good times rolling every Sunday with GKB founder and CEO Craig Karmazin on Sunday Karma.
No rump shaking. Did you say that off the air, Kyle? You got to say that on the air. It was not rump shaking. It was not anything inappropriate. It just was totally irrelevant.
Sunday Karma with Craig Karmazin.
Because isn't that how GMs get chosen, right? You trade up, in my opinion, cost the team a chance to win a championship.
Sundays from 10 to noon on ESPN Wisconsin.
Hey everyone, it's ESPN Wisconsin's Ben Brust to tell you about 1848 Coffee out of New Berlin. 1848 features a dozen different roasts that are super fresh because they roast their coffee daily. 1848 Coffee is a great place to work, have a meeting, or just sit outside and enjoy a fresh cup of joe. Do you love racing? I know I do. 1848 Coffee is sponsoring a driver in the Road America race, so keep your eye out for that this weekend at the great racetrack of Road America. Listen to Scalzo and Brust on July 27th for even more info on 1848 Coffee.
You're listening to Scalzo and Brust on 94.5 ESPN. Missed any of the show? Find us on Wisconsin On Demand wherever you get your podcasts. It's free, it's everywhere, and it's for you.
I can't figure out the X thing. Like when it's on the tab, I haven't noticed it on my phone because it's still Twitter on my phone, but on the desktop, like when it's on the tab, I'm like, I swear I had Twitter up.
It looks like a certain other website.
What website?
I don't know. It might autofill for some people if they type an X into their browser.
Does it for you?
No, it doesn't.
X. No? This is a work computer, but I don't know. I don't get it.
I don't know what Homer's been doing on there.
On Twitter, at Scalzo and Brust, the question, would Jordan Love benefit from playing in the preseason? It's an interesting way to put that.
Well, I thought you guys were going down the line of...
No, it's more I think of like, do you want him to play in the preseason? Is it worth it? To me, it's a risk-reward, right? Is the benefit of him playing, and I don't know if there's much of an argument saying there's not a benefit, is the benefit of him playing outweighing whatever risk there is of him being injured? But it's
the risk
preseason.
of Sean Clifford.
So at some point you could just be like, A, don't run, and B, if you're going to take a sack, just throw the ball, like get an intentional grounding, like just punt on the play.
I mean, that's easier said than done.
So I totally agree. I completely agree. And injuries do happen.
That's a hard way to try and play too. That's when you.
Well,
get
you
injured.
could say don't run.
I'm just saying,
but
that's when you have to start thinking about what your instincts aren't telling you to do. That's when you actually end up getting hurt.
I think most guys that have played in the preseason will tell you we're not really doing what our offense actually is a lot of the time. There's a lot of miscommunications. There's a lot of people out of position.
How are people telling me that Aaron Rodgers throwing the ball to wide receivers in shorts and T-shirts last year was valuable?
It's actually quite easy if you think about it, because you know what the plan is, because you're running your offense to its full extent.
But my
In
point is you don't think preseason, you don't think live action actually matters.
I don't think
you don't think that it would help if it helped with timing, routes with his wide receivers. You don't think it would help with the comfortability.
If you let me say,
I'm talking, and then you can talk. That's how this works. And then in like you don't think none of that can help? And do you think Matt LaFleur has to be so secretive about his offense that like that matters more than his quarterback who's never played before with his wide receivers who've never played with him getting on the same page? Are we just picking and choosing here?
No, I don't think it's the risk of losing and having Sean Clifford as your option at quarterback is not worth Jordan Love's health. If he's going
that
to
was
be
my
the
original
future,
question. If you're saying the risk outweighs the reward, then that's great.
Yeah,
but to say there is no benefit,
the reward is not the same. The reward when you're running a dumbed down version, a JV version of your offense, the benefit, you're not running at the same speed, you're not running the same plays.
So do you think that the benefit of Aaron Rodgers spending those 2 weeks with wide receivers last offseason would have been more than the benefit of Jordan Love playing in preseason games?
Yeah, pretty clearly.
Dummy brain there. What a baby brain from Josh DiMaggio.
Somebody you've never worked with?
But they're not actually working together. It's them shaking hands while they teach them what the offense is. Like, and you're telling me, I mean, and Ben just doesn't want any part of this conversation.
It's funny because now Aaron Rodgers is doing it because he admitted he was wrong and he should have done it last time. So he's gone out of his way to be around those guys and get extra time with them when he's on a new team. But when he's got new team
because it's a new offense, though. But he had just played for that offense with those offensive coaches within Matt LaFleur's system for a long time. You're talking about two different things. You're conflating two different things. Where you're conflating two different things to try to make them one. The idea that you think 2 weeks of them not even installing their offense, Josh, you know they don't install their offense in rookie OTAs. Now you're just playing into the narrative here. I know you despise Aaron. Back in May it was. What people were upset about last year was OTAs and him participating in the spring offseason participation, whatever, the volunteer stuff. The idea that Ben, by the way, has sat this out is the biggest indictment of you throughout the entirety of the show. I am of the belief that Ben Brust is terrified of Josh DiMaggio now. But I think...
What?
Do you get that, Josh? He's scared.
I'm so scared of Josh. So scared.
The idea that you don't see value in real live action play, even if it's at a slower pace, but you do with guys in shorts and T-shirts, is wild. And I hope that it works out for everybody with Jordan Love, because the mental pretzels that people have put themselves in to try to criticize Aaron Rodgers is absolutely asinine. And I would love to see Sean Clifford start the season. 800-990-3776.
I'm like reading the phone number on the way out.
I just don't want to let you get a word in because you literally punted on the last segment because you were scared Josh was going to yell at you.
No, I was just eating my popcorn. It's a good time.
Josh, is he scared?
He's scared.
So scared.
Big time scared.
Let's fight.
Joe and Amber coming up next across ESPN Wisconsin.
Well, we have an accident on 94 westbound right about at Moreland Road that has the left lane blocked. Big delays all the way back to Highway 100, so watch out for that. Eastbound side, we did have a broken down vehicle right at Highway F in Waukesha that was blocking the center lane. It was a bus, and